to our opinion on the top 10 RPGs of all time. This is just our opinion of the games that we have played. We haven't played every RPG that's ever existed, but we're going to list off the favorite from the ones we have. Okay, so starting with number 10.
The Fallout series.
Yeah, they've always been great games. Well, there was the original 2.
The originals were the top-down style.
Yeah, but then Bethesda took over on 3, and they made it more of the modern first person, and they were very, very fun games to play.
They were,
for the time, Fallout 3 looked great. They had some bugs.
There were its fair share of glitches and stuff.
But they did pretty well with the patches, and they always really had pretty good DLCs that came out.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
So all in all, like, you had New Vegas was actually my personal favorite. It had a lot of bugs at the beginning. Once they sorted that out, like the map, the quests were fun. There was a good variety of weapons and armors, and yeah.
Number 9, the Pokemon series.
Yeah, it's undisputable. They've been around forever.
There's just
classic
so many,
turn-based. They've
so
even
many
kept the turn-based throughout all the years.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's so many games. But you get classic, the red, blue.
Yeah.
Those were great games. Obviously, they had the TV show with it, and it's always been fun.
Yeah, that is true. The consistency.
Yeah.
Same turn-based battle system.
The new ones have gotten a bit more 3D rather than 2D, but still, they've been.
Yeah.
Some of the Pokemon are getting a bit silly. You have the chandeliers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the
type of
floating
things,
sword thing. Yeah.
But it's all in all, it's still a good series.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 8, Dark Souls.
This series probably is one of the most challenging, I'd say.
Yeah, I do not.
Games.
I personally don't enjoy it very much. It's hard as hell.
I mean, I love the Dark Souls. I mean, just recently playing number 3, you get this sense of accomplishment after getting through like an area or a boss. It's just, there's no greater feeling.
After the 3 hours of frustration put in.
There are frustrating moments, but I think as a whole, like the combat system, the combat system as a whole is, it just works really well. It's really fluid, and most of the time, if you die, it's probably your fault.
You die a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 7, the Mass Effect series. Now, these have always been really, really good third-person shooter games. They're also fully RPG, too, because you have your skill trees and everything. But the story was what really made them stand out.
Yeah.
It was by BioWare, and they had I don't know if they really invented the whole, like, speech wheel.
I think
they were definitely one of the early ones to do it.
I think it's one of the ones that made it, like, popular.
Yeah, and you had all your different options. It was crazy because you could go through and, like, your choices would affect different characters. Some characters could die, and then you go to the next game, and, like, those characters would still be dead.
Yeah.
And, like, there was really... Like, I remember one game where there was these options. You were talking to a guy, interrogating him, and Shepard got pretty angry, so you could either, like, solve it politically and diplomatically, or there was an option where you just press a button and you kick the guy out of a window and kill him.
That's right, yeah.
So, no, those games were really fun. The combat was enjoyable. The story was great. Characters were great. And the third one had a bit of controversy. Well, not controversy, but people were upset at the ending. But there was a few choices, and I still overall enjoyed all 3 games. And
I believe they put out some kind of patch or something to add something to the ending.
Yeah, it was like a slideshow, and it didn't really add anything. Right. It was kind of silly. Like, it was fine the way it was, really.
Yeah. Number 6, the Diablo series. Once again, it's just a classic top-down action RPG. The main thing is probably, for me at least, is going around and finding all the random loot drops and stuff, and always trying to improve your equipment and your character and your abilities. That's probably the main thing for me. I believe, number 2, I've played number 3 a lot. I have many characters, and it's just one of those addictive games that you just keep going to, and you always want to find a better weapon or a better piece of armor, and that's just what keeps you going.
So number 5, the Elder Scrolls series. So they've always been top of lists, always, for every single entry in the series pretty well. and
Yeah.
they've been around since the 90s. And like Morrowind was really the one that took it off and like really established the open
Yeah.
world and everything like that.
I remember first putting in Morrowind and just seeing like the open world. That was like
Oh,
the
yeah, it was-
first open 3D like go anywhere freedom games that I played at least.
Yeah, and like the whole skill system where you improve as you do all the different skills.
And there was tons of skills.
There was some of them were really kind of useless, like running and jumping
Right.
skill. They kind of
There was
scaled
just
those
so
down
many,
in
yeah.
Skyrim, and then obviously Skyrim had like dragons and huge open world with awesome like weapons and
Yeah.
everything. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Just a good overall
oh yeah, they've
open
always been
world
great.
series. Number 4, Final Fantasy VII. This Final Fantasy, this was probably the first big release on the PlayStation. And at the time, it was like, just everything, like the graphics, the cutscenes, the story, everything just worked well. And me personally, I loved the turn-based battle system back then.
It was like the classic
was
at
like
the time.
the- yeah,
it was what
that-
it was. Like
yeah.
all combat in RPG was pretty well turned.
Yeah. See, yeah, that's one thing I miss in RPGs is turn-based and everything's going to I'm not saying real time's bad, but yeah. Final Fantasy VII, yeah. I think in terms of everything, the world, the story, the characters, the first like
The bathhouses.
yeah, the famous bathhouses, yeah. Dressing up as a girl. Yeah, it's just craziness, but it was all really good.
Okay, number 3, Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars.
What can I say? Probably one of the greatest RPGs, I think.
It's based in Star Wars. You can't go
Yeah.
wrong really with that
Yeah.
franchise. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And it also made by BioWare.
yeah.
The amount of, the character creation, it was similar to the Mass Effect series in terms of your choices, but I think at the time, it was...
Well, you also had
I
really
think-
big choices too. Like you could be a
Right,
Jedi
that's
or
right,
Sith,
yeah.
and
it's
evil
just
or good. So it was really big.
the story with Revan and Malik, that whole thing, and the twist and stuff in the first game, it was just that made it really good.
Oh yeah, one of the best RPGs of all
Oh,
time.
by far, yeah.
Okay, number 2, The Witcher series, particularly number 3.
Yes, number 3.
So this is a game made by a studio that has relatively done very little. They've done The Witcher series pretty well, and they've improved upon each entry. And the third one, in my opinion, revolutionized the RPG in terms of other companies have to the line, base the bar. They raised the bar.
Yeah.
Like you look at its story, there was no parts, there was no quests that were just fetch quests. They all had their own storylines.
Yeah, every side mission had its own
It
little
all
story.
felt
Yeah.
handcrafted. Like the entire game, every area, every building, like in the cities were just insane.
Yeah.
Like huge, full of NPCs, and
That is true.
it felt alive.
It's just, the environments, it just all looked amazing.
It was just everything. The whole thing. The combat
Combat
was
system
fun,
was- yeah.
engaging. It was
Yeah.
hard, and also too, it follows a lore with like a book
That is
series that
true,
you can
yeah.
like. I've read the books and I love them, and like because you don't create a character, they're able to make a character, and he already has this whole backstory and this
Yeah.
lore, and they can really make a great story, and they did.
Yeah.
Last but not least, obviously, the not first game, the best of all time is obviously, you know what's coming, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yes. I mean, the Zelda series as a whole, all amazing. But the one that stands out for us is the Ocarina of Time.
Well, yeah, it was the 3D.
Right. First, I guess you could say kind of open world.
Yeah, well,
somewhat.
it had the large zones. But
Right,
for the
yeah.
time, yeah, it was crazy, and like
Yeah.
it established like a lot of classic RPG elements and everything
Yeah,
like that, and like had your story, good story, your dungeons, they were all fun.
Yeah.
Like just a great game.
Good challenging puzzles too in
Yeah.
some of the dungeons.
Yeah, obviously like the music, soundtracks, and
Yeah.
everything.
I think it combined every good thing in an RPG.
And it's pretty well, every single Zelda game afterwards has followed the same general construction
that is true, yes.
as Ocarina of Time. Like the new one coming out,
The Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, that one, they're changing up a bit, but I'd still probably give me the same thing with the dungeons, and you find new weapons, and you use those weapons to use the next dungeon. And
Yeah.
it's undisputed, pretty much. I don't think we're going to have any
Yeah.
controversy over this one. Like,
Yeah.
number one is the Ocarina of Time.
That's our list of our favorite RPGs.
Yeah, and if you disagree, well, frankly, I don't give a damn.